So in the previous class we have discussed few questions from 8.2, that is the application of ratio, how to find the ratio, then how to compare ratios and equivalent ratios, all these things. Now we will go to the application of this ratio in different other sums. So first of all, the question is write the following ratios in simplest form. So you know how to write the simplest form of a fraction, same way you will do this. So I have done one sum from here, 150 is to 75, which can be written as 150 by 75. So what we have done in fraction, we have gone for cancellation and done the simplest form. Similarly, we will do it here also. I have done directly by 75. If you cannot do it directly, you can start with 5 also. So 75 1 is 75 and 75 2 is 150, so that you get 2 by 1, which is equal to 2 is to 1. In the same way, you will do the other rest of the questions from this number 9. Number 10 says divide as indicated. That means you have to divide this rupees 520 in the ratio 5:8. That means what? That means this rupee 520 will be divided into two parts, where the 5 part will go to 1 in the first one and the rest 8 part will go to. But this means that if 5 rupees goes in the first part, then in second part 8 rupees will go. So in that way, how much rupees will come in this part and how much rupees will come in this part out of this 520. So there are two methods. I will show you both the method. For one method I have shown in this one and the other method I will show in this one. The first method is like this, that you have to divide 520 in the ratio 5:8. So in this case what we do, we find out the total ratio. Total ratio means the sum of these two parts, that is 5 plus 8, 13. Okay. Now the first part is 5 out of how much? Out of 13. So total overall part is 13. Out of that 5 is the first part. So 5 out of 13 of how much rupees? Of rupees 520. So 5 by 13 into rupees 520, because this much part you are taking out of this much rupees. So you have done in fraction also, this by this, 4 by 5 of this, 5 by 6 of this. So the same thing we are doing here. 5 out of 13 of rupees 520. So 13 1 is 13, 13 40 is 520, 5 into 40, 200. Similarly second part 8, second part is 8 out of 13 multiplied to 520. So again 13 40 is and 8 40 is 320. So that is how you got the two parts. This is one method. Second method is this. Say 720 in the ratio 6:9. Instead of taking the total ratio, what we do is that the first part is 6, the second part is 9. So let me take that the two parts be 6x and 9x. Why I am taking x? Because 6, obviously you will not get rupees 6 out of 750. You will get some multiple of 6, because as I said, no, it will keep on increasing in the same way. If you are getting 6 rupees and 9 rupees, that means you will get, if you get 12 rupees here, you get 19 rupees here. So it will increase in the same order. So I have considered that something will get multiplied with 6, that will be the total share of first part, and something will get multiplied with 9, that will be the total share of the second part. So that's something I have considered to be x. So let the two parts be 6x and 9x. So this is the total share of the first part, this is the total share of the second part. From where this total share will come? From 750. When 750 will be divided into these two parts. That means if I take the total of these two, that will give you 750, because these are the parts of this rupees only. So now 6x plus 9x gives you 750. When you have to add this variable terms, means having x terms, simply add the numbers. 6 plus 9 15, so 15x equal to 750. 15 is multiplied here. When you change the side and bring it to the other side, it gets divided. You have learned this in unitary method also. When the side changes, it gets divided. So 15 will come here, it gets divided. So 750 divided by 15. 15 1 is 50, 15 5 is 75, and 15 0 is 0. So the answer is 50. Now we'll put this value here and here, so that I get the part. So first part, that is 6x, in place of x I'll put 50. 6 into 50 300. Again I'll put this here, 9 into 50 450. So either you can use this method or you can use this method also. So this method is also important, because in other word problems we will go for this method only rather than this. Now we come to the word problems. Say question number 11. A play has girls and boys acting in the ratio 5:3. So there's some sort of drama is there where girls and boys are acting in the ratio 5:3. That means now which one is girl and which one is boy? Which one is written first here? Girls are written first and then come boys. So that means 5 is for girls and 3 is for boys. So this means that if 5 girls participate, and against them 3 boys will participate. So in that way, how many if the number of girls playing is 35, then what is the number of boys? So as the ratio is given 5:3, 5 for girls and 3 for boys, so I'll consider that let the number of girls be 5x and number of boys be 3x. So let the number of girls be 5x and the number of boys be 3x. Now in the question, the number of girls is given. It is given that there were 35 girls. See, the number of girls in the play is 35. So number of girls, according to question, number of girls is 35. But again, I have considered this one also as number of girls or not. I have considered that 5x is the number of girls, and in the question 35 is given as the number of girls. So obviously in the same question there cannot be two different values for the same thing. So that means the 5x that I have considered and the 35 that they have given actually represent the same thing, that is the number of girls. So 5x will be equal to 35. So 5x, 5 is multiplied, it comes here, it gets divided. So 5 7 is 35. Now I need to find the number of boys. So just put this value of x here, 3 7 is 21. So I got the number of boys. Next question says a recipe mixes water and juice. It is of the same type only in the ratio 3:4. If 27 liter of water is the water juice if 27 liter of water in the water juice mixture, find quantity of, okay, so total ratio of the recipe about water and juice. There was a mixture made where water was mixed with juice, where water was having the part 3 and juice is having the part 4. So that means the quantity of water will be thrice x and quantity of juice will be 4x. Now how much water is there? It is given 27 liter. Then how much juice was there? You have to find out. It's the same way you have to do. Let the quantity of water be thrice x. According to the ratio it is 3:4. So the ratio is given as 3:4. So for water it will be thrice x. For juice it will be 4x. Now quantity of water is already given 27 liter. But again we have considered the quantity of water to be thrice x. So like the previous one, obviously they will represent the same thing. So thrice x will be equal to 27. So 3 comes here, gets divided, 9 liter. So this 9 will be putting here to get the quantity of juice. So quantity of juice equal to 4x, that is 4 into 9, 36 liter. Question number 13. Here the ratio is not given but a relation is given that rupees 140 is divided between two boys in such a way that the first boy gets rupees 0.5 times the amount the second boy gets. Means the rupees 140 is divided into two boys such that second boy को जितना मिलेगा उसका 2.5 times first boy को मिलेगा. 2.5 times means it will get multiplied by 2.5. So whatever the second boy gets, the first boy will get 2.5 times of the second boy. So second boy को मतलब कम मिल रहा है. So let us consider that the amount that second boy gets be rupees x. And according to question, the first boy will get 2.5 times of what the second boy gets. So that means 2.5 of x, that is 2.5x. Now this money is the part of 140. 140 को डिवाइड करने से ये दोनों पार्ट में डिवाइड हो रहा है, तो मतलब इन दोनों पार्ट को अगर मैं मिला दूँ, प्लस कर दूँ, then I'll get 140 again. So x plus 2.5x equal to 140. x में कुछ नहीं है मतलब 1 है. Okay, so this 1 gets added with 2.5, you get 3.5. So 3.5x, 3.5 can be written as 35 by 10, where 10 is divided. When I take it on the other side, it gets multiplied, and the 35 which is multiplied, it comes here and gets divided. So 5 2 is 10, 5 7 is 35, 7 1 is 7, 7 20 is 140. So what is left out? 20 into 2, 40. So this is the value of first boy. This is the value of second boy. So we have to find out how many each boy gets. So first boy gets, according to this, 2.5 of x. So what is x? 40. So 2.5 into 40, that gives you 100. It will be actually 100.0, so I have written 100. Secondly, what does the second boy get? Second boy gets x, and what is x? 40. So the second boy gets 40. In the same way, question number 14 also will be done. Now I am coming to question number 15. Alloy of zinc. An alloy of zinc and copper. What is alloy actually? Alloy is a substance made by mixing two different metals or metals and non-metals. मतलब उनको mix करके बनाया जाता है. Like when we tell about stainless steel or steel, that is a mixture actually. It's a mixture of iron, tin, many things. So similarly here one alloy is made by mixing zinc and copper such that the total weight of the alloy is this 13.5 kg. Now if the ratio of the zinc to copper, that means if zinc and copper ratio is 2:3, that is zinc part is 2 and copper part is 3, then find the weight of copper in the alloy. So total weight of the alloy is given 13.5, that is 27/2. I have converted into improper fraction, and the ratio was given that the ratio of zinc to copper is 2:3. So let the weight of zinc be twice x and the weight of copper be thrice x. तो ये जो weight बना है 27/2, this is the total weight of zinc and copper together. So 2x plus 3x will be equal to this. So 2 plus 3 5x, 27/2. 5 is multiplied, so it will get divided. Divided मतलब ये नीचे आ जाएगा. So 27/2 into 5, which is 10. So we can convert it into decimal. 10, 1 0 is there, so after 1 place. Now the question is asking find the weight of copper, only copper. No need to find the zinc. I have found out the zinc here by mistake, so just avoid this part. Go to the weight of copper. So copper weight is what? Copper weight is thrice x. So that means 3 into x value is 2.7. So if you multiply them, 8.1 kg. But the question is asking to find the answer in gram. So how do I convert from kg to gram? By multiplying 1000. So after multiplying you get 8100 gram. So that is how the rest of the sums will be done. Follow this video and solve the other questions. Even question number 16 also can be followed in the same manner. Okay, thank you. And with this we are coming to the end of this exercise. Next we will start proportion in the next week.